Yo, please watch your tone when you're talking to me. Bitch, I just be on appetite. Hey. I don't know with the rah, with the rah. Hey. All night like Kelly and Kenny. Yeah, I'm with all that. I'm with all that. All that? Yeah, I'm with all that. Let me check my audio. Okay, cool. We straight. All right, baby. All right, what's good, people? This your boy Double O. Happy New Year to you. You got the grays grand, but it's whatever. I'm at work right now, so it's cool. I just wanted to knock out a video and just start off my year right. You know how they do with the New Year resolution, new year, new me. And then about 2 weeks, I done fell out. This is what you're gonna be seeing. So bear with me a little bit here. So I got a couple things in the pipeline, but I am working on some good stuff. I figured out some way to simplify my life because of the crazy hours that I've been working. So I have figured out some things to try to simplify the page and make it more efficient in my liking. So I just wanted to go ahead and get into it though. So you can see from the title what I said. Pretty much start off the year 2025, fresh start of gaming. We had an amazing 2024 with games like Stalker 2, Indiana Jones. Man, what else? Indiana Jones, Power World, Helldivers. Just a whole list of games that came out in 2024. You know, some good, some bad, depending on where you fall in play. We got college football 2025. We had Madden, of course, 2K did its thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm still on the fence here and there. I haven't been able to play a lot since I've been working, but you know, they still did their numbers like always. And gaming all around is in a good slate, in a good situation. If you're a gamer. Now, if you're with the console war side of things, a lot of failed products from one company, and another company has decided to expand their franchise and put their games on other platforms, other companies' platforms, so-called competitors, which they're not really competing with them, but it is what it is. If you want to indulge in the console war aspect of gaming, they stayed in third place. As many can say with hardware, but software they've been dominating in software and giving out what some deem to be AAA bangers. If you're basing it off of Metacritic scores, that's not something I do. But if you're indulging in the console war, that's what they did. So when I'm thinking about now, when it's coming into this 2025 situation, I really just wanted to bring out and just say, who do I think honestly will have the better 2025, in my opinion. And I'm solely basing this off of the games. I don't care about who bringing out some new hardware, who brought out another console. None of that doesn't matter anymore, because if you really think about the landscape of gaming, gamers are playing anywhere with any device. It doesn't even matter anymore. Due to cross-play with games, you got the PC market merging with the console gamers even more now as it expands and grows. Cross-progression of gaming is transferring between console and console. So honestly, it doesn't matter where you play, it's what you're playing at this point, and what games are you playing, and how good are you in those games, depending on if it's competitive or not. So for me personally, Nintendo supposed to be dropping a new console. They talking about the Switch 2 or whatever. I don't know what they're gonna call the thing. They had some leaked images of it, but Nintendo is in its own world. Nobody really give Nintendo the accolades that they deserve, because, you know, we look at it a certain way. But Nintendo is Nintendoing. They have a new device. I was tripping this year, this holiday season. You know, I went to retail store, bought 2 switches. Ended up buying 2 switches, or in the situation of getting 2 switches, and they still selling them for like $2.99, like with no game, just the console itself, the OLED ones. I was like, bro, this company is straight killing. Games still $60. I mean, was they 60 or 30? I had a couple games for like $40, but they had like some $60, $70 games, I believe. Like, Nintendo is wild over there. Somebody needs to talk to them. But when you have a product that does so well in so many areas, and you in your own world, you know, it's hard to tell a person what to do with their products at that point. But neither here nor there. The main conversation is pretty much the DryStation 5 and the God Box Xbox, the holy grail of game passing. It goes without saying. I looked at an article, or I just checked out an article on YouTube, pretty much summing it up what to expect for the DryStation 5. And it pretty much confirmed what I've been saying about Sony pretty much for a while now, that they don't have any games. They solely focus on hardware sales, and they rely heavily on third party to move their units. Now, it's come out. I don't know, this is all rumor based, but you know, I wouldn't be surprised because of who it is. But Sony is doubling down on live service games, and they have a, you know, supposed rumored rundown of games that are supposed to be coming out, and it's pretty much all live service games. It's weird because of the massive failure of Concord that they're doubling down on this, but they need to pivot and they need a change in gaming. And like I've always been saying, once again, they can call me Yoda Damas of gaming. The single player aspect of gaming, which Jim Ryan, shout out to Jim Ryan, focus on, isn't the main focus anymore. Like, single player games carried Sony through a whole 2 generations, to be honest with you. And did it work out in their favor? Yes. In some cases, absolutely. Certain games, yes, became massive hits and massive success. But with the long run, the 5-year tender plan, it stagnated Sony to the point now that they're trying to play catch up in the video game aspect of gaming, where your big names like Spider-Man and God of War sell great, but your smaller titles take a massive hit to the point where they can barely sell 10 million copies, you know, some below that. I.e. games like Returnal and Astrobot, they sold fairly pathetic. And they're heavily focused on third-party marketing plans, like using third-party marketing deals to exclusively grab certain games. It works in some cases, and it's a failure in others, i.e. the situation with Final Fantasy. So just to sum up this situation, it says a leak has revealed that Sony has multiple unannounced live service games in development at Firesprite, including a post-apocalyptic game and a sci-fi battle royale. So this is pretty much how out of touch Sony is by now. This is one of them weird cases and weird points where people start to say like, okay, we run this play multiple times with multiple games. We got the Fortnite Battle Royale. We have the Call of Duty Battle Royales. We have Halo trying to do a Battle Royale. What was that called? Long story short, we've been Battle Royaled out. And what's Apex Legend? That's the game I'm thinking about. And instead of you striking while the iron was hot with these type of games, and you know, with the popularity, you're finally coming to the forefront with something when most gamers may or may not be even entertained with any more battle royale games at this point. And time will tell if this is the best decision or not. But it goes on to say, or this is the other information, the leak has raised concern about Sony's heavy focus on games as a service, with multiple PlayStation studios working on live service projects despite little to no background in that area. So this goes back to the situation with Bungie, who came in and was supposed to be the guru of live services and how to build that infrastructure. They go into multiple studios, and we heard the horror stories of what they did with Last of Us live service that they supposed to have came out. It supposed to been a post-apocalyptic, like, survival game, kind of like on the bridge of like DayZ, but on Last of Us situation, how they making it, where you have the enemies in the world and you're trying to survive, and you have to worry about other people taking your resources. It's kind of like Vigor, if you ever played Vigor, but somewhere in that grand scheme. And me personally, as a Last of Us multiplayer fan, I wanted to play this game, highly anticipated for me. But guess what? Bungie goes in, see what was on the board, and remind you, this is the company that literally put Sony on its back since the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4 era, and carried them with a successful franchise, which is Last of Us and the other games. You allow an outsider to come in and say, your side chick to come in and say, hey, this ain't enough. You know this company feels a type of way. And gamers alike really don't have really don't like live games as a service. So you're coming with two double-edged swords right now, and it can be concerning in the future. We gotta wait and see, of course, but this may or may not be a hit. Honestly, in my opinion, the only reason I think Marvel Rivals was a success, and I said this once it was announced, it was because of the Marvel license. If they didn't have the Marvel characters like Spider-Man and etc. in this game, I honestly think it wouldn't have been successful, because it's just another version of Overwatch with just Marvel characters, in my opinion. Concord, on the other end, was a complete disaster. I said it was a fake Destiny from jump when they announced it, and that game literally didn't even last 2 months before it was pulled and snatched off the gaming listing, and allegedly it was over $300-something million loss, etc., etc. But I continue. Other rumored live service projects in development includes a Twisted Metal game by Firesprite, Fair Games by Heaven Studios, and a multiplayer game from Naughty Dog, Bungie, Ben Studio, Insomniac Games, and a Horizon multiplayer game. So pretty much Sony right now is literally just doubling down on their IPs, and they're banking on the success of the character, the protagonist, to push these live service games out, in my opinion. Will this be a success? Who knows? But for the consumer, for the gamer, it's alarming to me, for me personally, and here's the reason why. You're doubling down on giving gamers something that a lot of gamers have shown kickback for, live service games. Whereas Microsoft, on the other hand, not to bring them up, but, we have to, because we're talking about both. Microsoft is literally saying, hey, we are coming with a plethora of games. Diversity, coming with a massive diverse class of games, regardless if it's third party or first party. We have this all access right at your fingertips. And guess what? It's not just live service games that's your AAA bangers. The ones that supposed to push your units are now just all live service games instead of it being, you know, your single player greatness or you going out and making a really good multiplayer game. No, you're going to go and rely on third party to carry that for you. Once again, Sony's tactics. Whereas we are coming with IPs that we own, diverse class, doing multiple deals with Game Pass with third party to cover areas we may or may not hit. All while giving that to the consumers to enjoy. And guess what? We just didn't live service you to death for the whole year of 2025. We respecting your pockets over here. Long story short. So, you see the games, Doom, Avowed, Fable, what's that, Towerborn. You got South by Midnight. They just dropped a video, little snippet video. Looks good. Still gonna be playing that. We still got Ark Survival, some little Chinese game. Another Call of Duty game, you know, you take that for what it is. But guess what? Call of Duty always ranked no lower than top 10 every year. Top 5 stays on the charts if that's what you went into with the sales. And then we have our third party, Sniper Elites, the Atomic Falls. So it's like, it's clear as day who's coming out with the quality of games, who's coming out with the diverse class of games this year. Do I hope those live service games actually work out or pan out for the Dry Station 5? Sure. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you into, that's what you like. Of course, hopefully that works out for you. But for me, if they not pushing out that Last of Us live service game, that's literally the only game I'm most likely am anticipating and wanting. I don't know if Bungie, is that the one that they was talking about, Marathon, probably coming out in 2025, that being leaked or spoke about? I don't think so. Can't wait to see if it is or isn't. We'll wait. It's a waiting game, but just imagine, you know, they just dropped the PS5 Pro, in November? And, you know, that supposed to been the whole graphic lease, the pisser boost, and et cetera, make all the games run smooth and great at 60, 120, whatever the case may be. And you're rolling into the 2025 year, and there's nothing to really play outside of live service games. And they look like they're milking the Horizon franchise, because didn't they just release a Legos Horizon game? Now you finna come out with another Horizon game, multiplayer game at that, from what it said. Possibly all these are rumored. It's looking real bleak over there. Long story short, man. So the garage sale is still in effect with Sony. While Microsoft is making hustle moves, we going block by block selling these bricks and getting these games out to the masses. That's all I got for you today. That's my video for today. I'm gonna come tomorrow, give y'all an update on a couple things that's going on. I'm definitely doing a Dry Station 5 t-shirt for the 2025 year. Link will be in the description starting probably next week. And we're going to start rolling out State of Gaming merch also. Shout out to everybody that came through and supported your boy in this new year. I hope you get whatever you deserve going into 2025. More blessings, more life. That's all I've been on right now. That's what the word spoke to me coming into the beginning of the year. More blessings and more life. Things are not about money. It's all about who you love and want in your life, and living it to the fullest at this point. So this your boy 00. One love, God bless, and peace. Make sure y'all get out here and play these games also, like always.